Soups don't get much better or more filling than this smoked haddock chowder.
Our smoked haddock chowder needs potato and leek as the base. That's what gives it flavour and thickens it. And then we put in the smoked haddock, the tomato, the parsley, and the sweet corn right at the end.
Cool.
Okay, it's an awesome soup. Start with, you're going to do the potatoes.
Yep.
So 2 big ones or 4 this size. If you can just peel them, cut them into chunks, that's what's going to thicken our soup. And meanwhile, I'm going to take the leek, the white end, slice it, and that's going to be the flavour, the onion base. A shot of oil in the base of the pan, and then the potatoes and leeks can go in, and we want to fry those off for about 3 or 4 minutes to start to soften.
That's quite unusual, isn't it, to fry potatoes straight away? You usually boil them first.
Yeah, well eventually we're going to boil it in the stock.
Okay.
But to start off with, we'll just get them all nice and hot and the leeks softened. And now we can look at our smoked haddock. A smoked fish, it's had the bones taken out, but it's still got the skin on.
Right.
Not a problem, the whole thing into a pan, and then just enough milk to cover it. It really is just a tiny bit, just to stop it burning. And then we heat that up, and that's going to poach the fish. The milk will have an amazing fishy flavour we can add to the soup, and the fish we can flake up and put in right at the end so it doesn't overcook. Whilst we're waiting for that, we can make some nice croutons out of our baguette to serve with it. So on the angle, if you can just cut pieces like so, that's what we want. That's cool. These are going to go onto a baking tray and into an oven about 180 degrees Celsius to crisp up, and the only thing we add is a drizzle of oil.
Oh yeah. Do you want to put that in?
Please. We don't need to give our leeks much of a head start. You can see they're just beginning to soften.
Yep.
Now we can add in our stock. Our stock comes in the form of 1 litre of fish stock, which we're going to make up with the fish stock paste. So if you can scoop that into there. Last thing to go into our soup, a couple of bay leaves. Then we want to bring that up to a boil and let it simmer for about 15-20 minutes until the potato is fully cooked. In the meantime, we can prep everything that's going to go in at the end. If we can take some fresh parsley and finely chop that. And the tomatoes we're going to quarter, take out the centre, and it's just the flesh we're going to dice up. As we wait for our soup to continue bubbling away for about 15 minutes, we can prep all the other ingredients. That's finely diced fresh tomato, chopped fresh parsley, the zest of a lemon, and our flaked poached haddock. With our soup cooked and our potatoes nice and soft, we can fish out our bay leaves. Don't need those anymore.
Fish out. So funny.
And then while I blend our soup, Jamie, if you can take our haddock and just flake the meat off of it, because it's still on the skin, just kind of back a spoon. If it's cooked perfectly, it's these flakes. We don't want it nice too small, big flakes, but that's what we want if you can do a couple of those. Now make sure if you're using a blender that it's one that is heat proof, you can put hot soups in, or you can get a stick blender which will do just the same job. Otherwise, blend it up. And that's it, the soup pretty much finished.
Brilliant.
Pour that back in.
So smooth.
Beautifully smooth, and the potato does that. And then we can add everything else in. So all the rest of the milk from our poaching liquor, and then everything else on your board, Jay, minus the tin. Just the sweet corn we need.
Obviously.
Well, I know what you're like, Mr. Literal.
Well, you know, it's good to be specific.
So that's sweet corn, tomato, fish, lemon zest, and the parsley, all in there. And then a generous ladle into a bowl, and that is one really warming, comforting soup.
Now we've got tons and tons of soup recipes on our website, sortedfood.com. So go there, have a search and find your favourite, and let us know. Comment down below, what is your favourite soup in the whole entire world?
I think today, mine might be this one. There we go, smoked haddock chowder.
Lovely.
We've got some of those croutons we made.
Oh yep, I forgot about those.
Extra crunch.
Beautiful.
And there it is, smoked haddock chowder with baguette croûtes, sorted.
So smooth.
And creamy. Without added cream, just a little bit of milk.
Yeah.
Otherwise really smooth and creamy.
That is really nice.
And the flakes of fish aren't broken down too much. Love it.
I'm gonna go for a croute.
And also a pretty cheap soup too. And there's loads more other cheap, great tasting recipes on sortedfood.com. Go check them out.